Hey, it's Brendan from WP Speedfix. In this video, I'm going to talk about 403 errors or access denied errors. So let's get into it quickly. We'll try and keep this one short. So 403 errors mean that a system is getting an access denied message. It's a security message. So there's some sort of firewall or some sort of security system that is blocking that traffic, and the server returns 403. You're not allowed to access it. 403 errors aren't good or bad. They just mean the traffic has been blocked. Usually when we get asked about this, there is something legitimate, a legitimate service being blocked. So if we're getting asked about it, or if there's a support ticket about it, it usually means something isn't working. It's getting an access denied message. Often we want to block traffic. So the traffic might genuinely need to be blocked, but sometimes firewall rules are too strict, or they've just caught something that is trying to access the site that needs to access the site and it can't. So what we need to do is find out what system is blocking that traffic. If we want to solve the problem, that is, we need to find out what system is blocking that traffic and then add some sort of rule to exclude it. So an exclusion rule, update the whitelist, update the allow list, let it in basically. For a WordPress site, there's probably three places that blocking is most likely going to be happening. One is on the website hosting, so there might be a firewall on the hosting itself blocking some type of traffic. So in that case, you'll need to log a ticket with your support provider. They'll need to let that traffic in or add the exclusion rule or whitelist that IP address. It might be that the IP address is being blocked. It might be at a plugin like Wordfence. So if you're using a security plugin on your site like Wordfence, it might be that it's stopping that type of traffic, and its exclusion list or its rules need to be updated to let it in. That's very common where a plugin is doing something unusual and Wordfence picks it up. Wordfence also has a learning mode. So if you're getting this a lot in Wordfence, put it back into learning mode. Now, when you do that, keep in mind it's not going to do any firewalling. So usually you can put it into learning mode for a week and it will understand all the various calls that different plugins are making to the site, API calls, things like that. And most often Wordfence is going to block API calls. So put it into learning mode, it will learn the legitimate traffic and then you'll be okay. It'll also often ask you if you want to allow something in, if it's blocked something genuine. And then the last one is Cloudflare. So Cloudflare is probably the most common issue we have where Cloudflare is blocking something. And that is usually for us, for our type of customers, it's usually because we've set up Cloudflare rules to block garbage traffic or block traffic that's outside a particular country, or run that traffic. Typically, we don't block traffic outright. We run it through Cloudflare security system or their managed challenge, where you would have seen it. You're accessing a website and it comes up with a screen that says something like checking your security or checking your device, and that's the Cloudflare challenge message. There's a lot of other firewalls that do the same thing, so it might not necessarily be Cloudflare, but some type of service like that. So I'll give you an example here. We have this customer. This is what prompted me to make this video. They have Jetpack. They have a WooCommerce site, and Jetpack is trying to access their site and getting access denied. So what we've done is jumped into their Cloudflare account. You can see here in Cloudflare, you can see under security and analytics, if you're on this may appear differently depending on your Cloudflare account. It might be under events, but here you can see all the different events under the events tab that have happened. And I've just filtered this by the user agent Jetpack. So this is all the stuff it's blocked today. Oops. So this is all the stuff it's blocked today. I'll just wait for that to, what's going on there? Let's just try that again. Something is wrong there. Oh, give me a second. Let's load that back up. Oh, I got logged out. Hang on, let me log back in and we'll do that again. Okay, so I got it back in, log back in. So here, once again, we're on the security analytics and events. These are all the security events that happen, the things that Cloudflare has blocked. And you can see here, there's stuff happening multiple times per minute, sometimes multiple times per second. And stuff is coming from all over the place, all sorts of different countries. This is a site in Australia, so it's unusual to see this much garbage. And this is why these rules have been set up, because it was getting some type of denial of service type attack, some type of bot attack. You'll see, Brazil, India, UAE, France. This is just all sorts of random traffic. And you see here multiple times per second. So what we did, we have an issue here with Jetpack. So what we did is just filter user agent contains Jetpack. So Jetpack is Automatic's plugin for managing WordPress. And you can see here, there's all the stuff from Jetpack trying to access the site. And you can see here, if we go in, it tells us about what it is. User agents Jetpack, okay. It's trying to access the API to do something there. So it's being blocked accessing the WordPress API. So what we've done, we've gone over here into security rules, and we've just added an allow rule for Jetpack. So we have all these other rules. So you can see filter the login pages outside Australia, filter traffic outside Australia hitting strange query strings. So we had some weird stuff there. And then filter traffic outside Australia except known bots. So if we go here, this is the rule we set up to allow Jetpack in. So just user agent contains Jetpack, and we just want to skip. So we skip all the remaining custom rules. And we'll log in the request so we can see what's going on. So that's why you would have seen just here, the first one is actually, we just added the rule, so it's let Jetpack in there to do whatever it needs to do. So that's it pretty much. So like I said, these aren't good, 403s aren't good or bad, but if something's getting a 403 message and it should genuinely have access to something, that means it's being blocked, and there's sort of security thing that needs to change in order to let that in. So whether that's on the website hosting, which you need to contact support for, a plugin, or Cloudflare, which then you set up those rules for, something is blocking the traffic. That's it for this video. I'll keep it nice and short. If you want help with your WordPress site, head over to wpspeedfix.com. We do site speed optimization, technical SEO, and a whole bunch of other WordPress related things. You can request a free audit on the homepage. One of the team will review your site and come back to you with recommendations. If there's anything else you need, just post in the comments below. Cheers.